Okay, so I can finally say this to a certain degree, what the heck I was just typing, although there were typos. I'm not saying this to the good guys, good military, allied forces. They're the ones that know this. It's for the public to have some clue of what the heck I just typed, although there was some typos. Okay, this property, 1509 S Street Northwest, is under the possession legally of Heidi Granger. I own the house as of 10 days. I am waiting for, in the real world, like adults work, phone calls, IRS tax. I put it in the little memo. Deeds, the deed to the house, all this stuff, okay? The deed, right, you get my drift. Right, okay? So when Heidi Granger wants to, she can go to court, right? And say, look at this, look at Thelma Hogue pretending to own my house. I gotta plug my ears. Oh no, it's the good guys. It's okay. I thought it was a freaking motorcycle. God bless the GRU. Thank you, GRU, for saving my life. Are they raiding? There might be an op happening. Wow. This, well, so if they start to raid, I don't know when they're coming. Like, I would know that. I don't. If they start to do the raids or operations, I don't think I can continue this because they can get really, really loud. This is great. Buena. But obviously, I can't continue this. I am so grateful to God they came. If they would not have come, oh my God. Okay, so let's just get this over with. I don't want to be rude because this is amazing. What I'm talking about is biblically scripture. It's incredible what the good military did. So they seized the properties because it's a terrorist cell where they're doing heinous violence, along with everything else I have told the public, okay, which is like Geneva Codes, so illegal. War crimes, dude. And then they go on the TV like 6 blocks down the street or wherever they want to go and film themselves saying they're the good guys, they're under control. And that they can't be stopped and just, it's so atrocious. And then they're taking all this money and throwing all these, oh, I can't remember the word. Anyways, they ban imports, they ban banks, they ban things. I can't talk anymore, folks, okay? This is just too much. I'm just astonished with how far Donald Trump and Joe Biden and the Pentagon with their wigs and lipstick actually took it here. So this is what I am allowed to say. In order for Heidi Granger to not be, it's not all about me, okay, but it is. I'm in here. And if you understand how a military general thinks, just hear me out. In order for Heidi Granger, a civilian who does not know how to wear a helmet and shoot a machine gun, okay, that's what we're talking about. In order for Heidi Granger to get out of the terrorist compound, they seized the properties in the first place they have legal right to. It's a terrorist compound. I don't need to repeat what I just said that they do in here. Okay? And the reason why they're getting Heidi Granger out is there's about to be open combat, open conflict here. The generals are too professional to have me running around with my cats through that. It's pretty easy to just get the civilian out of the area, which is what they're doing, but they're in big trouble down at the White House and at the Pentagon because they kept me in here when I legally owned this house. For 10 days, I've owned this house. IRS tax, the deed, everything you need to present to a judge and say, I own this house. Who is Thelma Hogue saying she owns my house? I own the house. I also have some revenue, some cash revenue. I also have assets, property. This is one of them. 1509 S Street Northwest. Now, what I was saying to the partners I have on the internet, that's what I was trying to kind of imply. It's not just this house. This house is not mine. It's the Treasury. It's the government's house. I know that. It's in my name. That's fine. I happen to live here for 5 years. The good military, which is some of the U.S. guys and allied forces, seized the property here. They seized it and put it in my name. Okay, so the terrorists don't legally own this house anymore. This is geniuses. Yeah, that's what I said, but they have the experience and the skill set. I just had to stay strong in here because I was going through physical torture in here. And I can't talk about why. I can't talk about anything today. I don't sound my best. I know that. I sound like I've been, not feeling so good, but I am not sick. Don't worry. I'm going to go make hot dogs. I'm okay. So more felonies are coming out of the White House again. Yeah, again. I happen to own this house, and they're keeping a broker who's out of Canada from contacting me. That's the Pentagon. That's how the Pentagon got themselves into even more trouble once again. More felonies. They're holding a civilian who the good guys are trying to get out before there's open combat and open conflict. They're holding me in here as a soft target, as a human shield. That's what they're doing with their wigs and their pink lipstick, and it's not funny that they dress like that at the Pentagon. This is not funny here anymore. All right, I'm glad we're clear on this. So, look, I'm not worried, but it's hard for someone who's in this situation to keep going through this, especially when you know it's about to break out here. I know I'm not going to be here when there's open combat, open conflict, but they have started that in the city, and no one wonders why. I mean, you keep a terrorist compound this active and this brutal, this violent, and this against Geneva War Codes, there's going to be a point where you're going to get what you're asking for, and they're getting me out. Okay, I presume I'll be in Philadelphia, but I really don't know. I mean, this is my agenda, but we'll see where I end up. So when I am back on Facebook, once I finally vacate here with the deed to this house and disposable income, cash disposable income plus assets, I'm going to get a hotel in Philly. That is my game plan. I'm getting out of the city. I'm getting out of the metro area. The metro area is infested, and they're attacking the Constitution through insurrection sedition, and they're attacking our sovereign territory. They're using the state of New York as a big base for that, like a base, a big giant state they've taken as a base. Yeah, so I got to be careful where I go, but I am staying on the East Coast. I know, like, why are you going to Philly? It's like 90 minutes away from, I know. I don't plan to be there very long. I plan to go overseas. So I have a passport and so on and so forth that I need to retrieve, that the good military is trying to get to me, along with my documents, through a courier. So I'm supposed to talk to the broker, and then the courier is I'm supposed to call the broker, just like adults do these things, okay? The broker has a courier, so on and so forth. I'm going to bypass all that because most people can understand what I'm saying. As long as these despots can keep the broker and everybody from contacting me, period. Now, no emails, absolutely nothing. I'm just sitting in here is what I've been doing. And just reporting what I was allowed to report, which is just horrendous. Every day is the same thing. And these guys down the street and at the Pentagon are thrilled. But legally, on the books, you could look it up, 1509 S Street Northwest, if you can look up homeowners and IRS. And I can't brainstorm it right now. You'll find my name. I need to do it. I don't get a green light to do it. Just hang on. They're about to contact me. Send me my deed. Send me everything to prove what I'm telling you on the internet. The news story, the news flash headline is the good military now legally owns the compound. There's enough of the houses here on S Street that are now in my name. They seized the property. They had to do something, okay? That's what real counter-terrorist vets do. They stop and shut down terrorist cells. Okay, they don't pretend they're not there and allow the terrorists to harbor themselves in the cell. The counter-terrorist vets shut down S Street. Some of the properties are in my name legally, the deeds, the taxable income, all of the above. All right, I am supposed to say that. The good guys that will be contacting me, the broker, all these folks, I don't know exactly if I'll be actually in contact with the counter-terrorist vets right off, but I know I'll be in contact with the broker, and I am to immediately leave with my passport, with everything, okay? I'm to immediately get out of the metro, all right? I know that. And then at that point, wherever I am at my hotel room, once I've recuperated and I contact my broker, I go sign more papers at the finance office, just legal adult stuff. At that point, once I've recuperated, I want to start my first foundation. That's not foundation, it's a nonprofit. But now if the public might understand what I'm doing, okay? And where my mind is it's on the fringe groups. And that's where God wanted me, like back in my 30s, when he started telling me to do this. I'm starting a nonprofit for the fringe groups. They're like a small percentage of that 48% that remained civilized in the United States. So I'm just going to do a nonprofit for its youth, its kids. They're minors. They're not even 18. Exactly, okay? So that's going to be my first one. And I'm literally going to be doing that from my hotel room if I have to. Yep. And I'll be in contact with the brokers. But there is still some assets like this property that has my name on the deed that I know I can't really move around, touch, do things with. I don't quite explain this properly, but saying do things with makes the point well enough. This is not really my house. This is the government's house, okay? So once the good guys shut down the circus, remember I told you it's going to get so bad that they're not going to have any nominees, and it's going to be that Nikki Haley thinking she's taking power. They're not going to have a lot of people running around able to join the circus down there. So this could be a few months, but once the good guys go in and just shut it down, take the cameras away, this is finished. These are highly skilled people who I'm talking about. They walk in and they start the government from minute one, not hour one, but minute one, a New York minute. They start the government functioning, running properly. And at that point, this deed, this house, it goes right back to them. I know it's not my house. It's just legally in my name right now. I'm waiting for the deed. I'm waiting for all the proof of ownership. I'm waiting for my passport. I'm waiting for my income and my broker to call me information on how to access my all my private information and so on and so forth, okay? So I can get out of the situation, because right now, until I do that, It is clear what's happening. I'm trapped in the back of the row house. I'm still here. Everything I'm allowed to say is still happening. I'm all alone. My phone never rings. There's no one that, it's serious, dude. I'm just back here. And then the special ops are always flying. They're raiding. They raided almost every day this week, at least 2 times a day. I can say it now on the internet. The other day, like within the last day or something, it was really recent. One of the biggest operations and raids I ever witnessed took place. And this has all been happening in the last, about month. The helicopters and the good guys inside of these houses while they're over the house with their aircraft have been incredibly intense. But I'm sorry to the public, I can't talk about it, dude. I can finally say something now, but I really can't get into detail about it. It's unbelievable, the raid that I saw the other night with just the aircraft alone. It went, I can tell the public, for at least 1 entire hour. Oh yeah. There was at least 4 that I could count, and who knows what else is going on because I'm trapped in the back of this room. And it was at night, and it went until at least 10 o'clock at night. And they just, I can't go into detail right now. It's abstract to what I'm saying initially on this notice I am putting out to the public online. It was unbelievable. And so I'm in here, okay, just talking to a person here, so to speak, on the YouTube. I'm in here witnessing the most incredible stuff and things, and yet they keep it completely concealed. All that you will know is that, once again, it's your same Fox News, CNN, MSNBC scumbags. They're going to be arrested, these individuals I'm talking about. And all you know is they're down there talking about Zelensky. They're talking about whatever. This massive raid that I'm talking about, that I witnessed, occurred during the NATO. This is a huge reason why I couldn't say anything. It occurred during the NATO, and it occurred during the time span when I kept saying the house was engulfed with dead bodies. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Bye.